Adam with Wholesale Septic here. Okay, so we're going to show you how to aerate your conventional septic system. You know, go from, you've seen videos of it, and all these people are putting these things out to, you know, aerate your tank, fix your field lines, rejuvenate your field lines, etc., etc., etc. So what I have here is I've pretty much set up everything already, and I can show it to you. We have a riser here. You have your aerator. Your aerator has the L tube. Put some cinder blocks to get it up to so you can visualize it. This is a half-inch threaded male with a slip fitting, and then you put the pipe in there. Okay. This just screws right into the rubber L that comes with the high blow. Okay, and with the other aerators. Okay, Fujimax and Seikos, everything else. You put that on there. You clamp it. They don't put much pressure out, so you don't got to worry about blowing off or gluing anything on there. So you put that in there. Then you have this fitting right here. Okay, this piece of PVC, this half-inch piece of PVC. We've drilled a hole right here. Okay, that's half-inch, and it goes in there. Now I don't recommend you putting it out in the open like this, because you weed eater, all that stuff you can break. You're constantly fixing it. So you'd probably want to come off here 90 down, then put this hole underground somewhere. So you're gonna have to dig out this area. It's gonna be a little more work than that. So you slide in your half-inch PVC. Okay. You glue this right here. We'll have to cut this off, or whatever. Okay, you put that on there. Okay, so that's all set. Now you have this, which is half-inch PVC. Okay, so we have a 90. We have a slip with a female threaded. Then this high-blow diffuser right here, which is half-inch. It's all half-inch. You have a half-inch union right here with a 90 off of it. And you have to put this on there. Do not put this piece on the half-inch before you shove it in there, because it won't work. Okay, it just won't fit. You don't have to have this much space, but so we put this on there, glue that on there, glue that on there. This video is kind of short because I'm giving you an overview, just so you can kind of visualize it. So the union's right there. The reason we put a union on everything, there's some guys that don't put unions on, is because when you go to work on this thing, you don't want to have to cut it every time you want to pull it out. So you can, we have one diffuser on here. This diffuser is good for 80 liters per minute, okay? You can use 2 diffusers like this setup, okay? But the deeper you go into your septic tank, you don't have you can't angle it in there, okay? So on this one, we can only use one diffuser because this is not going to fit. Okay, even if you do this, because your pipe's eventually going to hit it. So one diffuser is good on an 80 liter minute pump. If you have enough room, you can put 2. That's what most of the major manufacturers, and they use these diffusers here. So all you do is slip this in here. You're going to want to measure, and this tank has not been cleaned. We're going to do a video on that tomorrow. You want to be about 4 inches off the bottom. So how you would do that is, if you have a clean tank, it's pretty easy. You shove the pipe down, you hit the bottom, and I'm not at the bottom yet. Then you pull it up about 4 inches where your water mark is, okay? As you go, okay, there's my water mark, measure 4 inches, cut it, okay? If there's no water in there, you can kind of guess, but that's pretty much safe. So then we put this union on. Oh, we got a good, nice tight fit. Okay, and push this back so it's in the center. Like I said, we're just doing this so you can pretty much get an idea of it. And the PVC, the manufacturers, they don't weigh anything down. A lot of them, Solar Air, ProFlow, all of them, they just have the PVC running in there. Boom, it's done. There's no weight or anything like that holding. The PVC is rigid enough. Use Schedule 40, don't use Schedule 20. And you're done. So no aeration's going on, and you can run conduit and do it a little fancier than this. Plug this in, and voila. So your tank is now aerating, okay? And that's how you would get your, you know, field lines fixed, or if you got biomat and all that other stuff, if you wanted to do that. This whole thing, this is 270 diffusers, $26, done. You know, you're at $300 something with $15 in PVC. You should get a riser so you can access it. As you can see, there's no hole here. It's very hard if you have a concrete. You have to drill a hole in there, so it's best to put a riser in there. So you might be at, you know, $400, but you're going to be much cheaper than if you buy a system that's all they do. I mean, that's it. I mean, they're not. They don't do anything else than that. So there's nothing fancy. We don't recommend if you have one tank to do it, because what happens is, as you can see, it's stirring up everything. You'll stir up all that solid matter, and you will put that into your field lines, and you'll ruin your field lines. So you have to have 2 tanks. We recommend having 2 tanks, or one tank that's, you know, 1,000 gallons. There's a wall in the middle, so technically it's 2 tanks. That second tank's going to act as your clarifier, and your solids are going to settle out in there before they go to your field lines. If you don't do that, it might work for a couple of years, but eventually you're going to do a lot more damage than you did good, and you'll ruin the whole thing. You'll be digging up either field lines. In some states you can dig them up and replace them, or you'll be getting a whole new septic system. So that's just a cost-effective way to do it, so you don't have to go spend I mean, some of these people are getting $1,200–1,500 for that basic thing right there. There's other things you could do. You could, you know, we could do a lot more stuff and get a lot more complicated with it to diffuse the air a little bit differently, but that's basically all it is. So if you have 2 tanks, you can do that, and you're rocking and rolling. It'll help with your biomat and everything else. Much cheaper to do. That's pretty much it. So if you guys have any questions or comments on this, let me know. So if something's wrong with the system, guy's gonna come pump it out, pull this out, you need a new diffuser. This is gonna be dirty because this tank's not clean, but you know, you just pull your diffuser out, wash it off with a hose, unscrew it, put a new diffuser on there if it goes bad. Makes access in the tank, makes working on the tank much easier. If you have, you know, a backup or something, you can get in there and snake it. So those are the reasons we put the unions on, but that's basically it. It didn't take that long. It took us probably 15–20 minutes to set this up. It's easy. So if you already have risers, it's real easy. If you have risers, it's going to probably take you, it's probably a 2-hour project, so 2–3 hour project. Cinder blocks are cheap. Put them up. We're in Texas, so we put everything on cinder blocks because, like right here, you can see there's fire ants, and they love electricity, and they'll ruin an aerator. So the cinder blocks help keep them off. But that's all. Hope you guys have a great day. If you have any questions, give us a call. Thanks.